Day 19 of reviewing every movie I've ever seen. Today, I'm reviewing Spider-Man Brand New Day, released in 2026, directed by Destin Daniel Cretton. Baby. This is the 9th live-action Spider-Man movie, and it is very aware of that, and it wears its identity on its sleeve. There are a huge amount of references to all of the previous movies, as well as some specific moments in the comics. At best, these moments can feel like really fun references. But at worst, they feel like we're just retreading old ground. This movie borrows so many ideas from previous works that it's hard to pinpoint something that feels original to this one. That being said, I did quite enjoy the action in this movie. In fact, it might be my favorite action out of all of the live-action Spider-Man films. I especially appreciate how much they chose to do practically instead of over-relying on CGI like they have tended to do in the last couple of movies. However, it is difficult for action, even if it's good, to carry an entire film, especially a film with a 2.5-hour runtime. My biggest problem with this movie is its over-reliance on expository dialogue. Every plot point, every theme, every character's emotion is explained in agonizing detail, usually in a conversation between two people as the camera just cuts back and forth. And it's not like it's the worst dialogue I've ever heard in my life, but it's not good enough to justify how much of it there is. And what makes this situation even worse is that this movie is already extremely predictable, which just makes the over-explanations stand out even more. I now know why they were being so secretive about Sadie Sink playing Jean Grey in this movie, because if you know that from the beginning, the first 2/3 of this movie end up just feeling pointless. There's a great moment of completely unintentional irony where a character calls out Peter's love letter to MJ for being too heavy-handed, when this is one of the most heavy-handed superhero movies that I've ever watched. I want to be very clear. I would not call this a bad movie. I would call it an okay movie. I just think with how much money and effort clearly goes into these large Marvel productions that they just got a script that was intelligent enough to match said effort. Normally, I would rate a movie on a scale from 0.5 star to 5 stars, which is equivalent to a 1 through 10. But this movie is really splitting my opinion on what rating I want to give it. I think it's better than a lot of 3-star movies I've seen, but I don't think it's as good as a lot of 3.5-star movies I've seen. So if a 3 out of 5 is equivalent to a 6 out of 10, and a 3.5 out of 5 is equivalent to a 7 out of 10, I'm going to split the difference and say this is a 6.5 out of 10, because saying 3.25 star out of 5 sounds really dumb. If you've seen Spider-Man Brand New Day, let me know what you think about it in the comments. What movie should I review next? Follow for more daily movie reviews.